There we go. All right, let's get over here to our scans first. Let's see what we got up. All right, so this morning I was looking around and on the scans I saw Unco, which has done a reverse split. It's like a 1 for 40 reverse split or something like that. And then I saw IONQ up 11%. So I'm going to see what kind of news these two have. They're the biggest movers with some volume that are over 5. So I'm going to look into IONQ and ONCO. Now, ONCO is up quite a bit already. It started yesterday from $3, moved up here to 4.75, kind of tested above 5, came back below it, and then went up again. And then IONQ, I have not really looked at. Let's see what this one's looking like. Okay, same thing, little flat movement into pre-market, and then all of a sudden a rip out to 902. So let's go and look at the news and see what's going on with these stocks. Starting with ONCO. ONCO press releases. There are no press releases for this one. Let's go to just regular news then and see if anybody's trying to pump this thing. Omnicom Precision Marketing Group acquires Leap Point. Okay, that has nothing to do with this company. That's why I kind of like press releases, but I'm not seeing anything right there. Let's jump over to Yahoo and go to ONCO. See if they have any news insights. Okay, so Unconix or Uncontix Inc. announces 1 for 40 reverse split and results of the annual meeting of stockholders. And that was 6 days ago. So they announced the reverse split 1 for 40, and now we're seeing some movement today. Let's actually go back and look at the larger time frames to see 6 days ago. Right, 6 days ago for ONCO. Go to maximize the sale. Nothing to see there. Let's go to something that's actually moving. Maybe this is the daily chart. So let's go to the daily chart. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days ago, it was right here at 486. Dropped down and people kind of got some shares down here. And now it is up to 625. So right under this previous level. I think I've seen this one before actually. Did a pop back here, but this one always gives back its profits pretty quickly. As you can see on this daily chart, it'll pop for a day and just run down. But I mean, today could be a day that it does want to do a pop. People have gotten collected in here. Buyers got a chance to buy under here, and now it made this quick move up here to 625. And so we'll see what it wants to do. Does it want to do a quick pop today? I'd be interested in it. It's up 86%. Let's go and look at IN or IONQ real quick. And also, good morning to everybody that's tuning in. IONQ here. All right, so this one, let's go back over to our news again, IONQ. IONQ Inc. Oh, this, let me go back to NASDAQ first. See if they have any press releases. 4 hours ago, IONQ announces largest 2024 U.S. quantum contract award of $54.5 million with United States Air Force Research Lab. So that was very recent news, 4 hours ago. Now, Unco had 6 days ago. So we'll see what wins out. IONQ is only up 10%. It is a small cap, so that's kind of small for a small cap. Maybe it'll move sometime next week better. But they did get an award with the U.S. Air Force. So let's click into this news and see what it's saying. Um, their trailblazing technology has grown quantum into a substantial global business. The company is expected to nearly double its revenue for the third year in a row. Deal accelerates IonQ's expansion into the $15 billion quantum networking market. Let's see. It's a leader in the quantum computing industry. Today announced that it has signed this contract we were just talking about with the Air Force. Um, with a quarter remaining in the fiscal year, Ion has announced 72.8 million in bookings year to date and reiterated its confidence in meeting or exceeding its booking guidance of 75 to 95 million for the year. Let's see. Governments, businesses, and academia are investing in quantum computing to tackle complex multi-billion-dollar problems in areas such as healthcare, finance, and chemistry. Pioneering in both quantum computing and networking, IonQ has nearly doubled revenue every year since going public in 2021, as the company has helped customers address their needs. Okay. So not horrible news, but I don't know if today's the day. Um, but it is it's a small cap, maybe something to watch into next week, and we'll see how it acts this today. It has 3 million shares traded on it. Has the ATR of 48 cents, but that can always grow. Um, but yeah, it's one of the more interesting ones on the day with a pretty good backstory. So I'll see. We'll see what it does with the whole award system. Let's jump over here to the daily chart. Um, Actually, let's jump back to the monthly first. All right, so monthly, we can see it's been trading all, okay, that's as far back as it shows, is 2021, January 1st, 2021. Had a little rip up, came back down, uh, held the threes, had another rip up, and now it is at 80, or yesterday it closed at 806, and today it is at 886. So only an 86 cent move up, which isn't the greatest for a small cap, but it's something to keep in mind probably for next week to see if it actually rips upward. Let's go and go to the weekly. Same deal. Same deal. But once it gets going, it kind of does go. Reached a top of 35 up there. Didn't hold much up there though, before coming back to 28 and then making its way back down. Had a previous top up here at 21 as well. So, don't know. Don't know how I feel about that one. Let's go to the daily chart. Same. Let's go to the hour chart. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one being up just 10%. It does look like it is towards a top that has been tested before on the hour chart, right around this, I would say 9 flat. We'll see how that plays out. Tested above it, failed. Tested right at it, failed. And then it's back up to it over here on the hour chart. So $9 definitely could be a little bit of resistance. We'll see how that plays out today. And then everything else, we were still watching the NQ do its thing from yesterday. I did take a trade when the NQ came to the end of this run. So I saw it crash through one ATR. It absolutely just disrespected this ATR, ripped down through it. And I was buying right at this ATR on SOXL, and it popped back up here, and I just made that profit, went ahead and sold. It did go a little bit, it consolidated here and went a little bit higher, but I was okay with not getting that little bit. and then it came back down to this ATR again and popped all the way back up and went up from there. So double tap, but I caught the first one. I was like, yeah, I think this could be a pop right here with this big move from what 20. This was a $500 move, or let me see. That's 526 all the way down to the two. So a $300 move down, and got a little brief pop, and now in consolidation. Um, we can see it has. I really don't trust it right now. I don't know if it's out of consolidation. It isn't big moving big enough. But the other day it was like up 10% or something like that. So, you know, it was a big move. Not the NQ, the SOXL and things that were moving with the NQ because of that big move down. QQQs, pretty much the same movement on those. Okay. But yeah, those two are what I will be watching. I don't know about IO and Q. I'm just not confident in it. But Unco with the reverse split, we've seen these reverse splits kind of do crazy things, especially on Unco. It's a popper and dropper, so you just got to be quick. Ride the momentum and jump off the train if the train starts heading back the other way. But yeah, we will see what happens. Hopefully, you guys have had a pretty good week. Um, Everything is green right now. And Unco, if we look over here on the beta score for Unco, has a beta of 2.55. So it is a weak follower of the market. So the market does go up, which is green on the day so far. If it does continue up, that will support a move on Unco rather than going against it because of that beta score. And the same thing with IONQ, it could find some support from the market. But we'll just have to see. Right now, though, the volume and the people are in ONCO, 12 million shares compared to 3 million shares down here on IONQ. So I will focus where the people are first. And maybe if this thing just does a big dump, okay, then, we'll know it's over. But yeah, I'm going to focus where the people are for now. As far as everything else, nothing else really close to 10 million just yet. So just keep my eyes open out here in these streets. Okay. Minimize that. Discord. All right, so anyway, if you guys are looking at anything else, I know there was some movers under 5 that are kind of, doing their thing. I know Duo was one. Um, and I forgot the other one. I think it was like some little penny stock that was moving as well, but I'll see those on my other scanner when the day gets going. Right now, I just like to focus on the things with range, and if they fail, maybe something else wants to rip throughout the day, but I want to focus there first and see what there is to gain. IONQ going on down, only up 8%, becoming less and less attractive, probably to most day traders. A lot of influx in ONCO. ONCO now coming down a bit. So this level right here of the 640 was tested a couple of times. One of the things I do want to note is these wicks already building in the pre-market. So we can see up here when it popped up, nice double top, getting some wicks in here. So we'll have to see what it wants to do during the open and not get joked into something that is a big wick down, right? Because on this one, I would probably be buying high to look for higher instead of buying low, because on a reverse split, I don't know how low this thing wants to go. And so I would rather be more patient than, you know, and take a little bit off the top than try to catch a knife on this one. Coming on back towards the $6 flat though. Had a previous bottom right here at 590 and has kind of like a zone that is untested. This big move up from 483 up here to 590, just a zone. So I don't know what the action will be if it gets into that zone. Have about 12 minutes to the bell. ION Q. And like I said, if the market is consolidating today and it doesn't do a big dump, I think it could support these two holding up at least a bit, because they're weak followers. It's not like they're like, got a score of 4 in the beta, which is highly reactive to the market. If it moves down, it moves down immediately. You'll see it. Kind of like on SOXS and SOXL. It's immediate motion. But everything's still green, NQ, QQQs, and the SPY. Let's jump over here and look at the NQs right now as we're coming into the open. Made quite a big of move, what, $100 move, almost 294s all the way up here to, yeah, about $100 move there. And I just want to see it consolidate here, actually looking bullish like this, so people, get a little bit more bullish in the market. Has a top that it is tested right below the 20,400s a couple of times. Oh, I have 97 trades on this system that I've been trading. I was trying to reach 100 trades, so I only need 3 more trades. Right now, I'm sitting at 67% on the win rate. It's one of those things I made sure to include any mistakes that I made, any losses that I took. So yeah, they definitely towards the mid part, or not even the mid part, right around like 60 trades is when I kind of got lax taking trades on it and not actually like strictly following the rules. So that kind of definitely hurt the win percentage, but 67%. using these ATRs and things like that, and also using the other thing I was using was on a green day. If we have a big gapper, using that gap field, the gap field kind of reversal. It's green on the day, but it's going red like yesterday with SOXL. Green on the day, but going red. And then I caught this move right here. So from, I think my entry was like 37. Well, let me go see what my entry was actually. Entry was 37.19. So 37.19, like right up in here, is where I was entering. I just saw this long, nice little buyback up into the previous candle. Got in at 37.20 and then rode it up here and was selling up here for a nice little 70 cents, 70-cent win. Now I know it continued to go higher, but I wasn't holding through this. I was like, yeah, I was right. Let me take the profit and get on out. And I did not take 300 shares down there. It took 100 and I think 190, something like that. I sized down because of where I was under the ATRs. I didn't know if it wanted to continue to dump, so I just used half of what I would usually use. Let's see. All right, you got about 5 minutes to the bell. Let's see. Trying to answer a couple emails before we get going. Few minutes. Okay, cool. We'll see you then. All right, Uncle. Can the NQ stay looking bullish and not dump? That's the question. So top watch out of the open is Uncle. Secondary watch is IONQ. But once those cheaper stocks, cheaper small caps start popping, I'll let you know what I see on those, if there's any up. So it has a point of control now. The majority of the volume has been traded around 6 flat. It is popping up here just a little bit in these last couple of minutes. But like I said, we got to take into consideration these wicks and kind of let it kind of see how it's going to treat the early, or I wouldn't say early, the first traders in here at the open. Is it going to snatch them around? How is it going to treat them? Because right now I'm just seeing wicks. Wicks and wicks and wicks. 4 minutes left into the open, and it is right under this level that it previously dumped from. That's one thing I kind of have really observed from waiting the first 15, 30 minutes until I trade is how the stock actually treats its investors. Is it like crazy? Is it like a good strong move? What is the a lot of times we look at the investor sentiment, but what is like the sentiment of the people that are currently holding? Are they just trying to sell? What's going on? And that's sometimes what those big wicks mean, especially to the downside. But Unco is one that likes to pop. And so looking at its previous history on the daily chart, it likes to pop and drop. So just got to be quick. All right, less than 2 minutes until the open. And good morning, Donnell. We'll see what the new ATR is here in a second. It closed with the ATR at 66%, and that may grow exponentially with the move that it's made, but we'll see. And the ATRs will populate here in a second as well. SPY still looking nice and consolidated. Just holding sideways, holding right under that 20,400. I said the SPY, my bad. NQ right under the 20,000. The SPY is holding, it's holding above the 570s. And then the QQQ's holding above the 490s. 30 seconds left. Ten seconds. There's the open. ATR highs up there at 658. Where's my 658 up here at 659, and then ATR lows down here at $6. So popping up there real quick, we noticed that the wicks are back here. Donnell called out 6, so we'll see if it can get any kind of helping down here to 6. Okay, so a little bit of red action, but not much. Still wicky. Has not chosen ATR high or the low, but it does have a point of control down here at 609. So let's see what happens if it touches 609. Will it rip down? Will it rip up, or what? Okay, ATR. The spy NQ did make a move down here, but the spy is still kind of in indecision, and the QQQs are in indecision. But let me show y'all what I'm looking at. Over here, we can see I have 15 minutes pulled up for all of these. NQ took a little dump through the ATR highs, but still relatively bullish up here on the ATR highs. QQQs came down to ATR lows on it, but I'm just not convinced because the spy is still in indecision, not agreeing with either one of these. It could easily go back green. So I'm going to keep an eye on all of that as I watch Uncode. Hasn't touched either side yet though. 14 million shares traded on it. Doesn't want to go down and touch that $6. That's where Donnell was calling out because it's pretty clear here where it touched down here. So we'll see. It does have a little bit of room to play past the six. So maybe like the 570s want to see it kind of, I don't know. We'll have to see what it does. But continues to pop back up there. Wicks to both sides though. And if this is the 15-minute movement, if this is the 15-minute movement, we know that the 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute is super choppy. If I see wicks on the 15 minute, I'm like, that's probably a really bad 1, 2, 3, 4 minute, 5 minute chart. So holding down that level, I guess it's gonna test the ATR lows first, and may or may not come back to the ATR highs. We'll see. Okay, looking like it's going to test down this point of control at 609. Can it get the breakdown though? Or is it gonna hold? Very close. Broke 10. Okay, tens. Where the nines at? Popped off of that point of control right there. I was expecting it to break, but it did not. But this candle has not closed yet. Maybe it'll retry. Still has 10 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. IONQ continue to go downward, testing this ATR low and pulling back up, but only up 8% with 5 million shares, so it's just not really competing that well. NIO playing around this $6 whole dollar level to the top side through a wick up here to the six, almost a 614, 613s that is trying to hold up. It has an ATR of 37 cents, only up 5%, but it is a large cap. Let me think. Mid cap, then yes, a large cap. Through the wick down there, through the point of control to 602, and still no decisions made as to which way it wants to go. But we are seeing the reds come in. IN, INQ, NIO going on down there. Wow, the NQ just dropped. Whew. Okay, let's look over here then. NQ, nice big drop through here, but the SPY isn't in agreement with this. The SPY could easily pop back the other way. Um, very choppy SPY action for the NQ to be moving this big down. It just dropped what, $60, which isn't that big for the NQ. It dropped $60. It can easily pull back up. But I'm thinking the NQ is more bullish than bearish. So where's XO XL pumping down there? And on today, those just don't have that percent gain that makes them kind of worth it. Unco, again, holding these levels. IONQ breaking out of the top of this, 916. So that's an ATR break. And my question would be, can it hold up this break? So can it hold up the 910 area? It doesn't want to grind for the day. If the NQ and the SPY and all of the SPY pull back up, look at that. Touch ATR low, pull back up into indecision. So I'm expecting the NQ to start gaining some weight as far as a bullish move. But IONQ over the ATR highs, and I'm just looking for a hold above this. Up 15% now. It is a low float. I mean, if it keeps going up, it's going to go into the mid caps range. But we'll see what happens there. Through a high up here to 934. It did have some pretty good news behind it, but we'll see how it holds up. This is quite a bit of a test from 858 popping all the way back up here to 926. And we'll see if it gets wiki. NQ and everything starting to look more and more bullish now. Came down here like a false drop and popped back up here holding this halfway point between the ATRs, kind of in indecision. I like that. And the SPY is showing some green over here as well. So it can easily transition back up through this. What is this? The top of this is 773.50. So we'll see how those hold up as well. But these 15-minute candles have not closed up. So far, IONQ is looking pretty okay. ONCO showed a little bit of green, but now it disappeared. It was there for a second. So I don't really know what this wants to do. Coming on up, coming on up. Big pops up on that. Okay. NQ just continues to find some buyers down here. Can continue to push up though. So it's at 617 right now on Unco. Has not revisited those lows. Virtuous counselor. Who are you're selling viewers? I don't want to buy no viewers. All right, IO and Q going up there to 932s, but the SPY is not supporting this claim. I'm gonna have to see this SPY start to look a little bit more bullish. Okay. IONQ almost to 10 million shares traded, has moved from, man, this thing moved from 910, so a 30-cent move right there. Now its ATR is 54 cents, so it went down here to 8, so it's definitely covered its ATR. I want to see a pullback is what I am interested in on that one, and if the SPY and NQ can support bullishness in the market, because right now they are not. Ooh, there's a little pull up. Okay, SPY NQ big pull up back to this indecision level. It continues to come back to 20,300. So is that a point of interest at that 27 or 20,300? Can it just hold that? And IONQ just continue to rip out of there, almost up 20%. Let's go back over to Unco. Still playing around here. man, if the SPY and all this goes bullish, will Unco actually move up? Unco looking at that $6 flat, bounced off the 6 flat. Can it hold it? Has, like I said, it had a little bit of room past this to play if it wanted to, down here to the 577s, but I don't know if it's going to take that. But we'll see what happens there. And let's also go back over here to, boy, that thing's moving up. Wow, wow, wow. And the NQ and SPY are not supporting this move. So I'm expecting some moves down. All right. Well, we got 2 minutes left until the until we get the close here. I'm gonna have to go and get into this morning meeting here shortly, so I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and break it down. But yeah, you kind of see what I'm looking at. If these don't want to play, they don't want to play to the upside like Unco. If it doesn't want to pop, maybe it'll pop later on in the day. I don't know. We definitely have some confirmed resistance up here where these wicks are at 637. It is right now testing the ATR lows at 592. And IONQ just going up. So, first 15 minutes, 15-minute candle has not closed. I would have to see some type of, this is some pretty big extension, up 20% right now. So I would have to see some type of pullback. But it is quite a ways away from this ATR high. So it could just be a grinder to the upside. Okay. We got a little break of the $6. Let's see if it wants to. It just opened up the new candle there. I gotta get out of here though. Okay, there's the drop through there. We'll see how it acts all the way down here. And they already know there's stop outs up in here, so they'll probably keep pushing it. And I'll just keep my eyes open and see if it wants to recover any of $6. But yeah, I gotta get out of here. The two stocks that I'm watching, IONQ and Unco, this one just continued up as well, throwing wicks up here to 980s, just being bullish, just like the NQ over here, and the SPY and all of these kind of having a turnaround point. If they want to go ahead and break down, I'm thinking the IONQ will break down with them, but NQ looking like it's trying to make some decisions in here, but this was a big candle that it's got to overcome. So I think it may have a little bit more downside in it. Anyway, that is it for today. I got to get out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And as always, I will stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and keep you guys updated in the Discord afterwards. The Discord is in the chat, so you can join the Discord and see kind of what we're looking at, what we're talking about during the day after the stream. But that is it for me today. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.